I can find something to reaper with.
It was an old botanist who lived down the street. Hang on, I think he left his crap in his backyard.
Right? That's what that looks like. It's like, hold on a minute. I have my reapering stick. Whoa. What the heck was that?
Somewhere.
Okay, you said you had the Dragoon one?
Yeah, that's the one that says Figment of Kitten's Joy. It's just a little cat.
Wait, what? Oh, up there. Okay.
Up there.
Oh!
Someone's popped.
Circle popped, I think.
Yep. Hello,
Hey, Circle.
Baldies.
I'm undisciplined, thank you.
Nah, he's not bald, just undisciplined.
Yeah.
I blame Debbie.
You can't hate me, I'm just undisciplined.
Yeah, you're not allowed to blame Debbie. I guess.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's the one who
Leilu.
started it. I'm going deep down to Caillou.
Am I really responsible for the crap that comes out of my mouth?
Sometimes.
Yes! That's kind of how that works.
Are you sober?
Always, yes. Well, almost always.
Then yes, unfortunately you are responsible for the words coming out of your mouth.
Undisciplined and bald. Were you sober then? Do you
I know.
Debbie was like, no, I was 43 sheets to the wind.
Caillou. I literally just typed in Caillou being a brat, and that's what popped up that video.
Because he's literally always a brat.
I saw the part, like, I lost it when he was like, what's a retirement home? And his grandma's like, it's for people who can't take care of themselves. Go, so they can be taken care of. You're old, why don't you go? Someone go upside this kid's head so hard he grows hair.
Wait, is this not where my map is? Maybe it's just being super picky. Ah! Now I'm in a battle! I was looking for a treasure chest. Hey, I found it.
It's funny looking at Caillou clips because so many of them are for kids, so there's no comments. So when you do find one that actually has comments, it's always hilarious to read them.
So much trash talking.
Yeah, exactly. Caillou being a brat is literally just Caillou.
Ew.
I'm like, Caillou, full episodes. Click here.
Oh, God.
Things
No.
I don't want to look up.
So, I mean, like, I was forced to watch it when I was nannying, so I don't have fond memories.
I done the rabbit hole far enough to find out that there was an episode that was banned because the kid threw a tantrum. I'm like, oh, alright. Anyway, you were saying?
I was going to say that one of the comments is very true. I mean, it is kind of like how toddlers act, but I think Caillou's like worse than most toddlers. People his age.
Isn't he supposed to be like 8?
I think he's 4. How old is Caillou?
Draw the kid.
Yeah,
He does not look. Okay,
checker.
fact checker. I'm going.
We need answers for this now.
I'm getting it up. There's the screen and such.
Yay.
Oh, it's in French too, apparently. I didn't realize that.
Is it open rolls?
Hey,
Yeah.
Debbie, country of origin, Canada.
It's Canadian?
This is from the Canadians.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, it is. Why? Why would you guys put out a show that's so crap when you guys are so nice?
Getting a lot of them. There's all the things I want to say.
But I bet if you go into the wiki for it, it's like, it's made in Canada, but Caillou's an American.
He was supposed to be
like
2.5 years old when the show started.
2.5? Wow.
No way.
Yeah,
What
he
is
was
this
supposed to be
for your
2.5.
No
2.5,
kid
yeah.
can trust himself.
When his little sister Rosie was born in Big Brother Caillou, and a 3-year-old for the first 17 episodes of season 1. But after the birthday, he was 7.
What?
And remains that way for the rest of the show.
That's some dog ears math right there.
Right?
I'm 3.5. I'm 7. That's how birthdays work. Every kid that watched that show is confused. Why didn't I double in age?
No, he was 2.5, and then he was 3, and then 4, and then apparently that's when he didn't age anymore.
He had an age spurt, and it wore out.
It's Bert.
The chronotoms no longer affect him.
He was 2.5 years old when his sister Rose was born in the episode Big Brother Caillou, and then a 3-year-old for the first 17 episodes of season 1. But then episode Caillou's birthday, he turns 4 years old and remains that way for the rest of the series. His age is also 4 in the books.
Oh, okay. There's books?
Yes. French. French Canadian.
Oh, if he's French Canadian, that explains everything.
Explain as a Canadian what that means.
Throw shade and explain.
With those Frenchies.
Yeah. How do I put this in Canadian?
Yes.
American.
Listen, there's something wrong with the French.
The French are making fun of America, so they can't be that bad.
The French make fun of everyone. I think that's what's wrong with the French.
The
French make fun of themselves.
They're legitimate this time. When France is like, yo, are you okay? We have something to worry about. So anyway, explain French Canadians.
Yeah, explain. Sorry. Explain French Canada to us Americans.
There's no explanation. It just is.
They're very elitist.
Clip it.
No. Oh no, I just lost a viewer. Crap. I have viewers in Quebec, apparently. No, French isn't bad. French isn't bad. It's just the people who live in French Canada are very defensive of their culture and language, and it comes across as elitist. That's probably the nicest way I can put that. Which, I mean, I have a French maiden name. Like, my dad grew up in Ontario, but we have family members in Quebec. Like, I'm not better.
Debbie says Canadians are elitist. Burn it.
I think maybe something gets lost in translation. Oh, disco!
There you go. You pissed off the Canadian that was letting us through.
So
I like how keep going. Keep going on French Canada.
Keep going on French Canada. I was only in Quebec for a day. When I went to go visit like my family back in Ontario, I went to Quebec for the day, and I was in high school, and we went to go spend the day with some French cousins, and it was me and my sister, and we knew a little bit of French. We knew enough French, I guess, to get where we wanted to go. But our French cousins knew more English than we knew French, but they refused to speak any English to us because English was beneath them. So we ended up spending the day together kind of using broken French to communicate because they refused to meet us halfway. And so that kind of jaded my experience, I guess.
Could just be your cousins are assholes. Sounds like to me.
Could just be, but I mean, like Quebec, all the signs and all the official stuff is just in French instead of where everywhere else in Canada where it's French and English. So, Well,
if they only put French there, they have to deal with less Americans. Seems like a pretty good idea to me.
He's got
mean,
Like, I don't see the downside
Yeah, that's kind
here.
of true.
I
And
guess.
as an
Everyone's like,
American, I understand why they want to keep us out.
Yeah. America, are you okay right now?
No!
No, you're not.
Hey, I live in
like, we
California,
get
so
some
we're going
racists.
through it.
I can't imagine what's like over in California. Like that, this
is.
shit's between Newsom and the leader.
Yeah.
Isn't the area that's actually having like issues about the size of a grain of rice in like
Yeah,
an
it's very
entire
small compared to like actual.
Chinese meal?
I like how before we go back to Caillou being undisciplined bulb, I like how it's like what did Christy Nome said, they're gonna liberate Los Angeles or something, even though
its government, yeah.
From its democratically elected government that people voted for, and stuff. So it's like it's funny how the rules work for everyone.
The states' rights, states' rights, states' rights. Unless you're blue, then you don't have it.
There's a huge protest tomorrow, so I was thinking about going. I live far away from LA, but it might be good. It's actually okay, but then also like, no, I don't want to identify myself, but there's always risks.
There's always risks. I just think it's the problem wouldn't be so bad if people would put the Kool-Aid down, and they won't. He wouldn't have any power if they would just put the Kool-Aid down. I solved the protests. Bitch, you didn't do shit. The National Guard wasn't even... You had called the order in, but done absolutely nothing. The LAPD had it well under control by the time you even called it. But no, he solves everything. I'm pretty sure a particular book warned us against people who called that shit, but what do I know?
It's always funny though, being in California or hearing how like other people talk about what's like in California. I'm like, I hear it from like not family, but colleagues and sometimes family in Texas and stuff. I'm like, that's not quite how it is.
Now, I do have a question for you guys. What is the policy for discussing what's going on in America? Like, do you openly talk about what's going on at work and stuff, or does everyone just try not to talk about it, or?
It depends
on the work.
It depends.
It depends on the color of voters in the people that can hear you. Because those people will fight for their beliefs. And I will fight them back. But not everybody will. Not everybody's willing to engage in verbal discourse that devolves into fact slinging and mudslinging. But a lot of Trumpsters will only say those kinds of things around other Trumpsters. Yeah. Like, I've noticed that my sister's new husband, congratulations, sister, you're not going to see this, but congratulations, he would only say stuff about, Trump tariffs didn't hurt anything, and as soon as he got elected, suddenly everybody wanted to buy the steel from the factory I work at. And I'm like, that makes no fucking sense. But wouldn't say it when I'm around. And it's like, okay, you guys are like flat earthers. You don't exist unless you feel safe. And it should worry you that you need to feel safe.
Right.
That's
hey,
true.
Sunbode. No, I didn't even notice when it happened. Hey! Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. That is amazing. Thank you. It started a hype train. Yay! That's how much 5 subs means to me. Thank you so much.
Do you set the hype train, or is it automatically?
It's automatic. Something? Yeah. If it depends on like how many people are in your community versus how many subs are given in a particular length of time.
Oh, okay.
But then, depending on what level we get to on the hype train, people can get different emotes and stuff. So.
I was just reading about more Caillou stuff.
Oh god!
I didn't realize the show aired.
Really, this is a hole now.
This is I told you I'm going to talk about this today. And since Debbie started it with whole undisciplined bald,
Months
she
ago.
can't say no. Many months ago.
Many
The show
months
started
ago.
airing in 1997. Which I didn't realize was that old. The show.
I'm old.
1997.
Oh, shut up.
They have a whole section on Wikipedia about his baldness, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Whole
some
paragraph
boat is
all
just
about
saying
bald.
that there's a theory that he had cancer. But I mean, there's no evidence to that. And he's a spoiled, bloody
Yeah.
brat. So chances are he didn't.
So the long
see
and the
this-
short is,
Hey,
it was
Sky Hunter.
designed by the to make
That's me.
him. Well, they originally wanted him to be a lot younger, as evidenced by some of his ages, but
Mhm.
they made it so that he stands out in every scene that he's in, and they
So
just kind
bald.
of left him. Yeah, it's like, oh, Caillou's the bald kid. That's what made him easy to identify in every scene. And it's like, there's things like not giving anyone else brown hair, or not giving anyone his particular hair shape. It's not that hard.
Or like Charlie Brown, always wearing the same shirt or something. You know, it's.
He was bald too.
Listen,
He had a tuft.
yeah,
He had a tuft. I will die on this hill.
he had enough hair.
Alpaca.
Alpaca.
I still love that hairstyle.
yeah.
Basically became like popular when I was in high school. Just a tuft on the front of the hair and everything else shaved off.
It's like
Yep.
He had a
Focus
single
group.
hair.
Rats.
Listen, if he had a single hair, he was not bald.
He was shaved.
Mostly bald. I go the thing. The Caillou initially received generally positive reviews from television critics and Karens. As years progressed, however, the show drew criticism for what they perceived as incorrect lessons children could glean from the series.
Yep.
Mostly from the first season, but then the second and third season. And I like how this. A National Post column said Caillou might quite possibly be the world's most universally reviled children's program.
There we go. There's some accolades.
Then towards the series is that the titular character, what I missed, behaves like a spoiled child and suffers no consequences.
We lost.
people-
we lost treasure on it too.
One behavioral
Oh.
psychologist said he's manipulative, rotten. It's like rotten, manipulative demon child or something. I was like, holy crap, what? I was like, demon child? That's a bit excessive.
I'll be reading this. Not only is Caillou considered bratty, but also just plain mean.
He pinched his sister until she cried because she got more
Yeah.
attention than him. The kid's a
That's
little
what I was
shit.
saying.
There's no two ways about it.
Okay. When I was young, my little sister grabbed
French
my
Canadians.
nose
Debbie.
and twisted it and gave me like the black the tip of my nose was black like the day before pictures.
Bruised you.
So,
No wonder you hate Caillou. That's where she learned it.
It's all coming full circle now. We're finding the pieces to the puzzle.
It all makes sense.
it all makes sense.
There were two maps on this.
I remember when I was younger and The Simpsons were just becoming a thing. My grandmother, the first and only time she watched the show, afterwards called my mom and went off about how we shouldn't be watching Brat Simpson.
Oh,
Well,
That is what she called him the rest of the time that, she was around on this little spinning orb, Brat Simpson.
she's not wrong, but at the same time, like, that's not all he was. He wasn't a one-dimensional piece of garbage.
No. Bart Simpson has some redeeming factors. I'm not seeing anything on Caillou.
yeah. My sister
mean,
was
maybe if I-
not
Bart
bald,
Simpson
but
was behaved.
Undisciplined. She was.
So
she
this
was
one-
undisciplined. Well, yeah.
I actually like the quotes. It says hilarious. Caillou serves as a kind of avatar for the worst of a young child's selfishness and whining. Like, it's so dramatic. This is how
Oh, he
powerful Caillou is.
whines.
He does whine a lot, though. I was getting kind of irritated just watching that. Like, 6-minute clip or something.
He does whine a lot, though, from a 6-minute clip. Imagine
I'm
the
like,
show.
you know, I'm like, I didn't want to click on the 18-minute part. Like, it also is like, it gets criticism for having no educational value. Basically, there's no, unlike other programs, no math problems, no spelling lessons, no morality, just calm, non-threatening, and being disciplined and bald.
Undisciplined and bald.
Bart Simpson was a attention seeker due to
ADHD.
poor
Plain simple.
parenting, essentially.
Really?
Oh,
I don't know that I would consider Marge a poor parent. Homer?
No, but
has
Homer.
his
Homer spot.
Well, that's the thing is, I don't think he's as awful as everyone makes him out. He's a little on the stupid side, like very situationally not aware, but I don't think he's like intentional. I think the hate he gets is a smidge, not a lot, but a smidge unjust.
He strangles Bart, literally. He's an alcoholic
Which is
child
like-
abuser.
He's played for the strangling part is played for comedic.
He does have a crayon
I-
shoved in his brain.
Hmm.
There's
That's-
the episode,
that's
I think it was
canonical?
called like the brown. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was called brown crayon. He actually has a crayon in his shoved up his nose till it's touching his brain, and that's why Homer is as messed up as he is. But he became too smart and nobody liked him when he got the crayon removed, so they put it back in.
Can't just. What happened to the Hippocratic
That's
Oath?
canon.
Holy crap! Do no harm. Holy crap! Oh. No, China.
Well-
Well, Dr. Hibbert should not be practicing medicine.
How about Dr. Nick?
That lawyer should not be.
Dr.
practicing
Nick
law.
is not allowed to practice medicine. He does it anyways.
I'm Dr. Nick, but not doctor.
Ah, yeah, everybody.
I liked it. Forget his name.
And of course, the regular doctor, he outright comes out on the show and's like, I'm not allowed to practice anymore. But he goes and does whatever for Family Guy. It's like a trope
Hibbert
they have
was
in
on-
there of the family doctor that's incapable of anything sane.
Well, Because
Inflammable
a regular
means
doctor-
flammable?
hey Frank, what does fragile mean? I don't know. It's French or something. What? What are you laughing at?
We're not
Ah.
blaming the French for that. That's the mispronunciations.
Disco!
My first experience with French Canadians was in a song by the Decemberists. And the guy's name, it's in the song July, July. And the guy says, Uncle is a crooked French Canadian
Wow.
who was gut shot in gin. Interesting song.
I got a new emote from the hype train.
But yeah,
Okay.
ugh. These pants do not cover me. Or these light.
Wait, what?
Good to know.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
glad you're experiencing with your fashion choices, and I'm glad you find yourself comfortable.
Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening, so it doesn't matter.
These pants do not cover me sounds more like a sizing issue than a comfort issue.
Well, first off, it's a dress.
Jeff heard that. Oh
It's a
no.
shiny dress.
Oh, everyone's listening now. I got everyone's attention. Okay.
Right. some. Hey, Debbie, see my relic weapon? My relic weapon? You're on your way to getting yours, too.
Yeah, I just need to do, like, I don't know, 50 more fates, maybe. It's fine.
Where are they? Or where do you have to do yours?
Yaktel.
Oh, Yaktel, right?
Yeah.
Yaktel.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm getting bicolored gemstones. And I don't have my mount yet, so there's that.
Debbie's like, I got the Copium Extra Plus Ultra.
Yeah, right? I got prescription strength copium. It's fine.
Straight from the Wild Depths. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're doing alright. How many, was it 50 fates you had to do to get them, or were you doing them in,
oh right, I wrote down how many I did. I did like 10 or something before that. Wait, it's in battle? I'm gonna get hurt. Where's... I'm in danger. Where is it? Destiny.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Little
7,
Ralphie quote.
7, 15, 25. About 30 fates? 35 fates to get the one?
That's not awful.
Pants are overrated. Pants are overrated. I went years without wearing pants.
It was the best years of your life.
Congratulations.
I don't know. I always wore skirts for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years.
Okay. I don't have enough kilts to pull that off, but it sounds fun.
Oh, right, my chest. I forgot already. Literally just opened the portal. Already forgot it was my chest.
But you have hair, so we accept it.
Exactly. Plus, you know, I've been awake since 3:30 in the morning.
You keep using that as an excuse.
I do, every Friday, in fact, because it's true, every Friday.
Maybe you should move maps. I don't know, just a thought.
But maps have always been Fridays, so, you know.
Well, we're getting lower attendance, Debbie. We need to think about the goodies.
What, is like Thursday a better day?
I don't know, do a poll. It's your community. I'm not in charge. You want
bossing
good
it around.
ideas?
I'm just telling you I don't like it.
I'm just Caillouing it up. Like, leave me be.
I did not say that either.
I did.
But I'm also not disagreeing. Okay?
That I'm Caillouing it up? Yeah, that's pretty true. I accept that.
Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. I was watching a clip of Caillou and I can't do it.
It's awful.
Dude, why are
I
you
like that you
torturing
are like
yourself like
so
that?
into it right now.
I was like, what the look in deep? I'm in deep. But I think that broke me. Literally, the clip starts with him like hating broccoli and throwing a tantrum because he doesn't want to eat the broccoli to get his ice cream, and then he gets grounded, and then he tries to sneak out.
Who's gonna ground a 4-year-old?
His parents, apparently. Because he has his own room.
He's like between 3 and 4 years old. I mean, good lord. No wonder the kid's messed up.
Wait, what are they supposed to do if they're not supposed to ground him?
He's basically a baby. They're supposed to just put him in a timeout. Grounding him? I mean, good lord.
That's what grounding is.
Translation
Oh.
between like
I mean,
French, Canadian, and American.
I guess so. It's a French.
It's a French Canadian thing.
Playing the Quebecois. I don't know what they're called.
It's Quebecy.
Quebecois.
Quebecois.
That's who the original author was. Yes, she's from Quebec. The book. Oh God.
I mean, the attention span of a toddler, you don't want to ground them. You put them in a corner for like 15 minutes. Then they don't even remember why they're there. They're kind of like puppies at that point. I don't know what I did.
So it didn't solve anything.
Yeah, he get grounded and it didn't work. So, I mean, it worked eventually. You know how these kids' lessons go. But see, now I looked up a few clips of Caillou. So now when I load up, that's what ends up popping up on my thing. I get like
For you pages
Completely
forever.
torched your algorithm. Yeah.
Right now I get something about Debbie's map, something about Claire Obscure, something about medieval ages, Caillou, music,
Caillou again.
pestilence, Caillou again, cooking video. Go inside.
That's
Black
how
Death,
I feel
Caillou.
about my Google, because I Google everything. Like, I'm the type of person who, if I hear something I've never heard before or get curious about something I don't know the answer to, like, I'm always searching this stuff up. And some of it is just really weird, obscure stuff. And so I'm always afraid, like, if the government got a copy of my Google search history, like, someone would knock on my door and be like, who is this person and are they okay?
So when's the last time you flew? We have no-fly lists here in America. I don't know if you guys do that over there.
Oh, man. I mean, to be honest, I haven't flown through America in about a decade. I've just been going straight flights from Canada to Mexico. But if I were to route through the States, there would probably be questions.
Nah, if they let you on a plane, you're fine. We've been issued a travel advisory against the country. It was like yesterday, or they're like, we're advising a travel advisory against Canada. I'm like, what are they going to do? Bump into us and go, oh, excuse me.
Wait,
So
why not go to Canada?
Because Trump's a piece of shit.
What does Canada have to do with?
Because anyone who doesn't do what he wants, he finds a way to penalize them somehow.
To put it bluntly, the police in several parts of Florida, and I'm not sure exactly which one, so I'm not saying all of Florida, but the one chief of police or whatever has outright said that if you throw a brick, we will put you into a grave.
Because that's just, they got that from the LAPD. See, he laughs, but he doesn't say no.
True.
But that's justice in America. Certain people are perfectly okay with taking away everything from you just because they don't like you. There's no compassion, there's no sense of justice, there's no... up until, even now, Abrego Garcia's back, but a lot of people who were taken away just like him are still over in CCOM. No due process, no charge, no nothing. Like, they brought him back and they're like, oh, we have a rock-solid case. Really? Why didn't you hit him with it before you illegally deported him? I don't know. Kind of seems like you caused a clusterfuck for no reason if you have a rock-solid case, which every lawyer on the planet's like, you do not have anything close to it.
Ooh,
It's like how, people make the arguments for, like, ICE detaining people. It's like, well, the legal shouldn't be, and there's, like, one, people aren't illegal. Illegal is a term for, like, actions. A person can't be illegal. And plus, there's no way to, they're not proving or anything. They're just rounding people up. They're rounding, what did someone say? It's been happening in some hospitals, so it's going on, like, the nursing forums and stuff.
And they're trying to do it in courts, and you're not legally allowed to do that in courtrooms, because if someone who's going through their immigration process has to show up for a hearing so they can continue their process, if they're afraid ICE is just going to pick them up and cart them off, they're not going to show up, thus exacerbating the issue.
And someone said it's funny how, I haven't looked into it, but it's funny how people were saying, ICE you never see them in, like, the real sketchy neighborhoods where it's, like, really dangerous and stuff. It's always, like, the easy
shot.
things, the easy, yeah. They never go into the places where, the dangerous criminals actually are.
No, why would they do that? They'd be risking it themselves. They don't want to do that.
Exactly.
They don't want to stop the problem. They just want to make a show out of it. Like, look at whatever her name is that thinks that dressing up as a SWAT officer and aiming their gun at the guy next to him uncomfortably poorly is, I guess that's what her job is. But no, it's all a bunch of show, and because idiots don't know how to put Kool-Aid down, it works. And that's the sad part. Racists and bigots don't want to put the Kool-Aid down, so he's just going to keep doing it.
I'm excited to see, if I end up going, hopefully I can go, the march tomorrow, because it's our city, it's also Pride Festival, so it's all kind of merging into one giant march.
From what I understand, there's there's 8 different things going on tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see what the comedians have to say about all of it.
Well, just don't watch Fox News, because they're going to say it was a riot. Even if there wasn't a single weapon there, they're going to say it was a riot.
It's funny because until all these escalations happen, it's all been peaceful protests pretty much.
Of course. But again, he's going to spin whatever lies. The Kool-Aid drinkers are going to buy it without thinking, because they're idiots.
Disco!
And that's it.
Disco!
That's all it's going to end at. I can't.
Ugh.
When's the last time you saw me disco? I don't have bell bottoms on.
I want a disco.
I want to get to the end.
Well, we want the same thing.
No. We don't.
Oh, Lord.
You want to see pretty colors.
Here on the side.
I want to get rich.
Can't we
Can you
do
ask Debbie
both?
for a loan? Can you just ask Debbie for a loan?
What?
Where? Oh.
Can you just ask Debbie for a loan? Isn't she rolling in gil right now?
No, I'm sure he has more gil than I do.
How much do you have, Miss Deborah?
1 million.
That's a personal question.
137.7 million.
Where do you get all that money from?
Oh, come on. That's probably a third of what you have. Easy.
Less. But can I have a loan? You know I'm good for it.
I have 13 million, so I hate pussies.
Streamer privilege. Streamer privilege.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep, I have the heritage. What? Are these both the same?
I mean,
Olendra and Amara have the same. Also streamer privilege. I want that money.
I mean, okay. If I was to give you 100 million gil, what would you possibly use it for?
Give? Doesn't matter if you're giving it.
No, I'm just curious. How would 100 million gil improve your life?
Oh, it wouldn't. It would make my life needlessly complex, but I'd have 100 million more.
Oh, good Lord. That's my statement of the night with you, Phil. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Well, Phil, what would you spend the gil on?
I wouldn't. It would just sit in my pocket. I mean, you don't get to 540 million by spending gil.
Yeah.
What?
It's
if I was to spend it on anything, it would probably be buying people out of their FCs with houses that they don't want anymore and starting up an even bigger sub. Probably. But I haven't really committed to doing that because that's a lot of work. And it's 4 to 6 months of leveling up the subs until they start turning a profit. And then it's how much did I pay for this? How long am I going to be doing it? There's having to drop off fuel and repair parts.
But even if you did all of that, You would just be getting even more gil that you'd be doing nothing with other than watching the number grow in your inventory, or is that the entire point?
Isn't it great? Number go brrr. I play Cookie Clicker because number go brrr. There's
See,
another one here.
And that's the problem with wealth.
Whoa,
Summed
problem?
up in a nutshell.
I need you to rephrase.
You
Look,
retire
if I
in
could find
14.
an in-game girlfriend, I already have retired. But if I could find a girlfriend, I could spoil her. I can't find one, can't spoil her. Money just sits there.
I mean, I have an alt who isn't married.
You're too famous for me.
Oh.
Womp womp.
I need to be the star of the show.
Okay.
But I'll start my own channel, and you can kind of guest post.
Okay.
I'm not going to have any followers because I'm getting No, I don't know. I don't even know what I would do. I would probably just do like dungeon guides. Alright, never been here. Here's what it should look like from this perspective, that perspective, and that perspective. Okay.
I mean, honestly, the trick to being successful, I believe, in streaming and YouTube is to realize that well, yeah, you have to be likable, but you have to realize that you need to provide something to the viewer, and you just being you is not enough. Like, the majority of people are like, I'm just a really awesome person, God's gift to the world. People will watch me just because I'm amazing. And that's not true. You have to actually give something in return. Huh?
So how did Mr. Beast start out? Or anybody who's famous?
You know,
They all started out like they're entertaining. And then when they got all the money behind them, they're like, oh, I can get more people in if I do giveaway. But you have to start with something. You can't just show up and be like, I'm going to give away this, and this.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you have to make people's lives better somehow. Whether that's because you distract them from reality, or because you offer them knowledge, or because you are like a companion or a friend or something. Like, you have to give something. People won't just show up because suddenly you're amazing.
But I am.
They cracked the algorithm before everyone else? No.
Sure. I mean, nobody has risen to the level that Mr. Beast has risen to doing the things that Mr. does. So yes, when you get there first and you're the first one, everybody knows about you, and then everybody else is just a knockoff. So yeah, I would say that them getting there first was big. Like, look at Game Theory. They were the first one to do what they did and do it well, so everybody knows them. And their garbage spin-off branches should have just stuck to well.
Portal.
OFC.
Okay, so I don't know enough about Mr. Beast to comment on him specifically, but like, if he's just one of these like, I do stupid stuff on the internet and people watch me type content creators, like, yeah, there's a limit to how many people can be successful doing that, because I mean, it's a very specialized niche.
It's very large. That's why he's so big. He does a lot of stuff like, I'm going to put 50 boys and 50 girls in this circle, and at the end of like 24 or 48 hours, whichever team has more people in it, everybody walks away with $100,000.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't start doing that.
He didn't, like, huh?
He couldn't have started
doing
with
other
that.
content and then started doing that.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't care about him. I think he's a garbage individual who breaks contracts that he enters into just because it's not convenient for him. He's just become another scummy business. He lies about what his products are and just isn't a good person. He may be entertaining, he may throw a lot of money at people, but he's not a good person. And for that reason, I'm disincentivized to give a shit.
If there's a lot of background noise, please let me know. I'm getting used to apartment life again, and there's a little above me, and they have fun running around at about this hour every evening.
Yeah, no worries. I haven't heard anything
They got
yet.
a little Caillou up there?
No, she's very cute and very well spoken. It's just, she runs around getting her energy out before she goes to bed because she takes an afternoon nap, I guess. Because it's really quiet during the afternoon, and then boom, this kid's got a few hours of the zoomies. But she's so cute. No, she's not bald. She's got lots of hair.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Let me pass on that. No, I don't know. I don't think I have the chops to be a long-term content, so I just don't bother. Maladaptive perfectionism being what it is, I'll never be.
Oh, God. Well, the problem is success. Because a lot of people are destroyed when they become successful. And by destroyed, I mean they are offered increasingly large sums of money to betray their values, and it becomes increasingly more difficult to refuse. And the further you get away from who you started as, the further away you are from what made you successful in the first place, and the more reliant you become on these deals and business opportunities. So Mr. Beast right now probably makes more money from his power bar and his sports drink and his burgers and his whatevers than he does from actual content. Because, I mean, exactly.
Yeah, he's a brand. So what you're saying is Raid Shadow Legends won't sponsor.
Raid Shadow Legends will sponsor anyone. And the problem is, even I've done a sponsorship with them because they pay a lot. I think I made $700 from the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship I did, and it was only 2 weeks. It becomes hard to say no. Yeah,
Who plays it though?
You took their money?
I did.
Shame.
No shame. No shame.
How long were you a YouTuber before you got the letter? Come on, I need to know these things. Asking for myself.
Oh man. But I mean, you have to be a person who is strong enough morally to not forget who you are when success happens. And you know these people when you see them. You know the Keanu Reeves. You know the people who are just decent, good people despite the success.
Okay, I'm taking notes. Be a person, forget who you are when you're successful. Man, this is easy stuff.
Womp womp.
And it's not easy. It's not easy because with success also comes criticism. And if you are not solid both in your morality and in your, self identity, it's not only easy to be corrupted by the money, it's easy to be destroyed by the negativity. Which has happened to a few streamers, where they get a bunch of recognition, and most of it is not positive, and they find it hard to continue doing what they're doing.
I told you how to solve that. Every critic is Dale Gribble.
Right.
Then
right.
suddenly, it doesn't hurt anymore. Oh, I don't have that one. Oh, wait, yes I do.
Okay, I was gonna say. Hey!
I thought it didn't have the chest. You saw your thing, now get us to the end. You owe me this, Debbie.
Oh, God.
Can't take it, can you? Not when Dale Gribble's talking shit.
Oh, man.
May he rest in peace.
Wait, he's dead?
The voice actor has passed
The voice
on.
actor, yeah, he passed away.
Oh.
He left us here with Hank.
Oh, God.
And we just lost John Redcorn.
We didn't lose him, he was taken.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Which reminds me, have you guys ever watched the Golden Girls? Did you guys ever watch the Golden Girls?
When I was a kid, I guess.
Of course.
Is there a follow-up to that, or were you just wondering?
Oh, sorry, I'm busy fighting something. No, I was just wondering because it was like one of the. I watched it one day on Lifetime. I started to because it says something about your favorite grandmas. It's my grandma at that time and stuff. And then I went down the rabbit hole. I watched the whole thing. It's like probably my favorite show I've watched. But I like how it's still like relevant today, even though it stopped airing like 30 years something years ago.
that's because Beyonce.
Man, grandmas
wasn't
don't look
afraid to
like that
talk shit.
anymore.
Some of them do. Oh, I'm hurt. Why am I hurt?
I'm bleeding my own blood.
You made me bleed my own blood.
Oh. Ow!
You get him started on something and then he can't get rid of it.
Yeah, like a bad odor.
Oh,
kinda
my
sticks
rolls
around
have been
when you
so bad.
And when the figmental coffer drops, you can keep rolling back. I would appreciate you rolling like garbage.
Come on, open. Open, disco.
Or, ouch.
Oh, on the last one.
What you guys? You said your rainbow would get me to the end. I'm not at the end, Debbie.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, do I still have a map left?
I hope so.
I think I used my maps. All 3 of them,
You
though?
only brought... I was gonna say, that's quite a few.
Yeah, I've gone through all 3 of my maps. Oh, Catherine's dropping. Gotta go make the big
Fortnite?
bucks.
I mean, 33 million from the venue ain't. I wouldn't complain. I would try to work that. Oh, speaking of which, who's tanking now? Or healing?
I mean, I could try to tank.
Yeah, go for it. I'll keep you alive. Stance
Okay.
up and do damage. It's not hard.
There you go.
Oh, and start recording for your how to tank video.
That is, to date, probably my least popular video on YouTube. I made
tank?
it was how to PvP. Oh god, people got so
Ew,
angry
why?
at that video.
AFK at the start. That's how you PvP.
Well, no, I was trying to do like, one of these like very beginner type videos with like, bottom level information on how to just get through a front lines without, messing up too badly. And apparently the people who ended up watching it were like sweaty palmed PvP lifers who decided to like absolutely tear it apart. I'm like, but
you could use a stance.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah. Oh God, Olendra, I'm sorry. I got canceled. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Little did they know, I just kept on doing what I was doing, and everything was fine.
Pretty much.
If you don't recognize that you're canceled,
like my husband,
you're not canceled.
Exactly. You have to. You're only canceled if you let yourself think you're canceled.
These people don't know what they're talking about. My PvP skills are immaculate. Oh, I would have fun with that.
Hey, realistic. Someone used Snapchat AI Bitmoji for a thumbnail.
And what did you say? Undisciplined and bald?
Right.
Did they get the good thumbnail?
It's become a pet peeve of mine that so much content now is created using AI that if I'm watching a YouTube video and I start seeing like images or B-roll that I think is AI, or I suspect the voice might be AI, I just immediately turn off the video. Like I can't even. I want to watch something. Yeah.
Not art.
I want to watch something real. There is so much in this world that is fake. I just want to watch something that is real.
I hate where they have like melting animals.
Melting animals.
Yeah, because I
hate people.
I watch a lot of the cute little kitten videos and the animal rescue videos and that stuff. Next thing I know, it's like this cat that's liquefying while walking across the couch. I'm like, ugh, that's gross.
Yeah. I'm annoyed at the books that Amazon publishes, that people just ask an AI to write the whole thing, and then they leave the writing prompts in there, and Amazon does nothing. You didn't actually create this. You shouldn't let people sell this without disclosing that it's AI, but their policy on published work is that you don't have to disclose that it's AI. And then someone's like, yeah, this person wrote 171 books in 7 years. Pretty sure they're using AI.
Right.
I just think it's like, because at one point I was thinking I could try putting something out there, but knowing that I can try putting something out there and it'll be garbage compared to AI slop, I'm kind of like, I don't even want to bother now. Like, as a no-name author, they're going to be like, oh, it's probably just an AI book. Well, I'm out of maps.
It's something I've been looking into, because I look into a lot of those publishing works and stuff, and it's an issue for sure. I don't know if any major publishers are doing it, but then who knows?
Where are you going?
I'm just gonna go grab some more maps.
The
okay.
The major ones are screening their books. I can say that from some first-hand knowledge I have from other authors I follow and looking into it for my own book.
I feel like if a publishing company publishes it like AI stuff knowingly, they'd lose so much credibility.
You would think, but it's so feckin' common right now. Like, I can't even open a Google Doc or an Adobe Doc anymore without AI jumping in there going, hey, let me write something for you. And I'm like, no.
Oh,
Then they're like, hey, this document looks really long. Let me read it for you. And I'm like, no. Like, stop. Just stop. I just want to live my life.
I was looking up. I had to look up something for some kids, like seizure meds or something today, and then when you search on Google, it automatically gives you like the AI result up top.
Yeah, so that's what I dislike. Because it's wrong a lot of the time.
Yeah, and so I was looking, I was like, wait, this doesn't look right anyway. So I had to go deep dive into the sources. It's weird because it pulls some sources but gets it wrong.
Yes.
Like, wait, this isn't accurate. This isn't how it works. I'm like,
because the source you're getting is the one that's literally paid to be promoted to top, and there's a lot of people who are purposely spreading misinformation, so they're paying to be at the top to get their information saw first to mislead.
That's what I wondered. Yeah, because I had to let me go look at the actual studies.
And it's not
reviewed studies.
Yeah, and it's not even like being conspiracy theorists anymore. They have outright said this is what's being done. They're not even hiding it anymore. They're like, oh yeah, this is at the top because you can see in the tiny little writing at the top corner, sponsored. Which means they paid to have it be the top result.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
It's just like, I feel like it could be useful. I don't know enough about AI, but like to just like summarize passages maybe or something, or find things that not the average person uses.
Right. It can be great to summarize things. The problem is, and here's where the whole thing comes crashing down, is all Google has to do is say skip any sponsored content, and it would probably be 10 times better than it is now. But they're not going to do that.
There's always money.
Yeah, it all comes. This society, I'm not going to say the entire Earth, but every civilized nation on it worships currency. They don't worship anything worth worshiping.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat. Like, does AI have practical applications that will make our life better? Yes. Do I enjoy the fact that kids will use it for their primary source of information? No, that terrifies the crap out of me. So,
and it's it's something I hear about a lot working in schools. Teachers always struggling with like kids and using AI and not using it well and stuff, and not knowing how to use it. And then
you should see college professors using it to grade their papers.
Oh my god! Yeah.
And it's like you're not helping anything.
No,
you're making it worse.
And it doesn't help when I've read posts about students who they get upset that the professor uses it, and one because they're anti AI shortcuts, but also there's like the school has policies about you're not allowed to use AI and stuff. Yet the professors are using it for grading.
Right, so like 5 students will use AI, and the professor's like, fuck it, if you're not going to do your work, I'm not going to grade it. And then the other, I don't know how big your college class is, the rest of them are like, well, fuck it, if you're not going to grade our work, we're not going to do it. And it just becomes a whole shit show. I mean, like at this point, I saw some article somewhere that college students were typically putting in a couple typos here, there, wherever in their paper that I thought it was necessary, so an AI would look at it and be like, yeah, there's spelling errors. It's written by a human. It's like, here you go. I pass.
I am so glad I am not young in this world. I mean, shout out to all the younger people, because I don't know how you are dealing with all of this. Like, I feel like the only safety net I have in this life is the fact that I was born before the internet, and I have a healthy level of skepticism. But
Skibbity Riz, Dad.
Oh god.
It is like interesting being in this age group because we were around before the internet and grew up also after it. Mm-hmm. So it's like we've seen, because it's so life changing how the internet became. I remember. Oh, am I getting attacked by? I remember like there's so many like positives we thought of the internet, and there is. Mm-hmm. Like we're all talking to the internet right now, playing together. But it's like I don't think I anticipated, because I was young. I didn't anticipate all the downsides to it. Like stuff we see nowadays.
Well, that's
until it comes into my house and cooks my food, I'm not impressed.
You graduated 2
And at
years
that
ago
point,
and you
I'd be
didn't do
ultimately
any of
terrified
that.
of it.
Good. Good that you didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
You might actually remember something.
I just have to go back to school next year or so, and it's all like writing papers. I'm interested to see what policies the school has for AI stuff.
I don't understand why they have you write a paper. It's like, okay, go research this, and then find a way to prove that you understand it. A quick test would be fine.
Probably.
But writing a paper is just don't take some time. Yeah, it like if they gave you a Scantron or not even a Scantron, but just whatever they're trying to get you to understand, the new stuff that you have to learn, they could probably fit it all into a page or two of fill-in-the-blank question. And if you understand the material, you can answer the question. The professor doesn't have to sit there and read a 10-page paper. You don't have to sit there and write a 10-page paper. This whole antiquated notion of gotta write a paper to prove you know what you're talking about is bullshit, and it needs to die.
I'll be honest, in university, I wrote all of my papers like the night before they were due. So I concur.
Writing papers is more to put your point of view onto something, not necessarily just regurgitating the information, because most people can, at least for a short period of time, give you back information you've gave them. They want to see if you're capable of using the information in a practical application. And practical application does mean you have to put it into your own words sometimes.
Shouldn't that be all the time?
I would disagree with that statement, as putting it into a paper doesn't solve any of what you're trying to communicate. Like, this person, Circle, is a licensed and noted professional. They wouldn't be there unless they had a reason to be there. They're not going to college for the shiggle. They're doing it because they recognize that this is important. If they demonstrate that they understand the knowledge, they're going to take it and go do something. The whole, we want to make sure that you can put this in your own words, is garbage. The entire viewpoint is garbage. If you understand the information, you're going to do something with it, or you're not. But that's not the school's job to find out. The school is graded on and paid if you learn the information, or at the higher levels, if you choose to pay them. That's it. The whole, we want to make sure you know what you're doing, should not be something the school should care about under any model. If a student wants to do it, they'll do it. If they don't, they don't. Forcing everyone to conform to, you're going to write a paper because this bullshit reason, is garbage. It is something to make the work take longer in the student's mind, thus hoping that they retain more.
I have to see how the program goes.
Counterpoint.
Like post-grad work. I'll go.
Okay.
Go, Debbie.
Counterpoint is that the higher institution has always been about proving scholarly aptitudes, such as writing, reading comprehension, and the ability to form logical arguments. And the paper is traditionally the way of demonstrating that you have all of those capabilities. Now, you're saying in a world where none of that matters, papers don't matter, and that's true. But I think we would all like it to matter. I would like to know that my doctor can write something down in a cohesive way and understands the English language.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Right? Like, but it's ideal.
That's not what a paper does.
That's like, what a paper is supposed to do.
But it doesn't. You were told that that's what a paper is.
I was not told. I have deduced that.
I was like, really? Don't tell Debbie that she was told that. I was like, I think she's thought of it herself. She's smart.
Yeah, right.
In what world does me taking a class on a new medication that comes out, where in that world does me writing a paper demonstrate anything that I couldn't just tell the professor?
I think an application for that would actually be the person who's writing the information down from the studies to put the information forward to the other medically trained professionals. Somebody's got to sit there and take the time and accurately, adequately put that information in a reference type material so that others may reference it. And if you're not capable of writing a paper or putting things out in a comprehensive way because you never learned that skill, then yes, your statement about papers aren't that important. But I'd really like to make sure that the person writing up the material for how to take the medication is accurate and has the capability of saying, oh, the information I was just handed wasn't accurate. Let me research and say what is accurate for this medication.
Right, and
So
that's fine.
As a person who's going to be writing the paper, can I say something?
Yeah, actually,
Circle, you may speak.
Yeah, I speak. We'll see. I wasn't crazy about writing papers. I found the research part useful of understanding why the research and how to put it together. We'll see how this program goes because I have to write papers. People told me who went through it, they found it useful half the time, and the other half of the time they found it very busy work. So I'm excited to see how much busy work it will be. But I think we'll see what happens. I think the goal is, well, one of the things, we have to write a paper that we have to submit to the state about some research topic that we want to research, I guess. Like somebody's doing dental care in school, someone's doing outbreaks. But apparently it's a lot of papers. It's kind of too many papers. So we'll see what we actually learn. I do feel like I get both ones. But we'll see. I don't like writing papers, though. I can tell you that.
It's been pointless. If someone whose job it is told you need to write a reference sheet for this particular medicine, then yes, that person should be good at writing papers. But anyone who takes a small seminar on a new drug that hit the markets and was approved by the FDA shouldn't be mandated to write a paper about it. Because if the medicine is good for X, Y, and Z condition, then they're going to prescribe it for X, Y, and Z condition. They don't need to write a paper on why they're prescribing.
I mean, I get that point. I think papers are more useful when you're doing on a larger scale, like not just one thing, but when you are like synthesizing many different sources into like a point that you're making. You're drawing from different things. I've written papers where it was literally just one passage, and we've had to like our thoughts and feelings on it, and never really got anything too vital out of it because we already thought about it. But the ones I've learned a lot from are the ones where I had to like draw from a lot of different things. But those were also the hard papers, and those were much longer papers usually, and nobody wanted to ever grade those papers, so we didn't have tons of those.
Right. So why write it? If a teacher says go research these topics and form your own opinions on it, and at the end, like, let's replace the hell are they called? Thesis statement. Let's strip the paper out of the thesis and say, this is, pick something, research it, present it to me at the end of the year. In a 5-minute conversation, that professor can glean everything they need to get out of a paper that would have taken you, I don't know how long people work on their thesis, a month. You can communicate all of that in 5 minutes. Like, all you have to say is, you come there with a list of citations, and you say, this. I understand it. This is my perspective. Did I do a good job or not? But the whole, I'm going to spend a month writing a paper, citing sources, doing all this, you're doing that anyway. Requiring a piece of paper at the end is superfluous and a waste of time. That's it. I'm not saying that nobody needs to ever write a paper. I'm saying that forcing everyone to do it just because is a waste of everyone's time, which is what Circle was saying. Nobody ever wants to grade those papers. Why? Because they're not necessary. The work you do in order to write them is the necessary.
I don't know. I think we'll agree to disagree on a lot of that. Not only because my major in university was creative writing, but also because I believe that there is more to the process than the face of it. And that's okay. Like, I'm just going to preference and say that, you know, you're saying definitively that it is a waste of time, but I believe it is your perspective that it is a waste of time.
I also feel like creative writing and, you know, sometimes scientific writing can be very different. Sometimes the purpose is different. So what you glean from it can be different as well. So just different purposes sometimes affect
No, but I mean, like,
writing.
I believe strongly in writing, and I believe strongly in people using it as a method of communication, and I believe it strongly that people learn how to do it properly and convincingly. And so, like, writing a paper is an art form. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but
You know what I find harder than even writing, though, is I feel like I'm a good writer. But it's like, if you made me present that writing, whatever, to, like, a crowd, like, more than, like, 5 people, it's all gonna go out of my mind. I remember when I had to, like, present in a meeting once, and when I sit down, it's fine. But as soon as I sit up, everything poured out, and I forgot everything I was going to talk about.
Right.
Exactly.
I know, it was
But
fine
if you have the
sitting when
written
nobody looked at
statement
me.
in front of you, it's easy to review it and, you know, pull from it.
I see. I was bad because I was like, I don't want to look like I need to look down and read, and, you know, also I need new glasses, but that's a different story.
That's right.
It's like, I don't want to be, like,
Honestly.
looking right out of the because I feel like I should know what I'm talking about half the time.
Orating is also an important skill. If I am going to see a professional of any specialty, I would like them to feel confident when they're speaking, because a confident speaker, you know, portrays that they know their subject.
Confidence.
Yeah, you don't want a doctor who is talking to their shoulder, who stutters a lot and doesn't really sound convincing when they're telling you something.
Okay, that's like me on the phone.
I did great in public speaking. I was horrible at writing the actual papers, but I think I would have done better on debate. Because you literally gave me a subject and I could do all the research. I could get everything together. I could write, but getting it written down, because that's where my disconnect is. My brain is taking all that gathered information. But, you know, fact checker, I would store the information and I could sit there and give a speech, have the questions asked to me, and rebuttal and everything else like that, and back my work. But it's like the paper looked like horrible. Now you give me like a subject and say write a story about it, totally different. Same writing systems necessary, but I can write pages upon pages upon pages of a story, and people are enthralled by that. But reading like my story, I stutter. But when it's like, you know, doing an oral report on something, I people would sit there and clap at the end. No joke. I was very proud of myself in those things.
Right.
But the papers that went with it, they were not as good.
Now, to play Phil's advocate, if we're talking exclusively about higher learning institutions, I agree that if you're paying a redonkulous amount of money for an education, there are better ways to be educated. That if you're paying $100,000 a year to learn something and they're just making you write papers on it, that is a waste to everyone. So, I mean, yes, if that's what we're going at, then yeah, I agree on that.
I always hated, like, the word limits, though, in essays, now that I think about it. I get why they're there sometimes, because otherwise you can just write it all in one sentence.
Sorry, Phil.
But we'll see how all this goes. So the thing I hated about writing, though, was my hands always hurt. So I needed my mom had carpal tunnel, so
Me too.
I had to, like, look at it.
I always held the pencil too tight.
Or get those dictating programs.
I know. Just use one of those. Actually, that's a good idea because I can maybe try using one of those. They use it in the hospital a lot. The doctors would always use it, and it always looks so funny because you see them like mumbling to themselves into like a giant phone. I always wonder how kids are gonna do though. How technology is. I feel like if something's not like an app or a smartphone, sometimes they struggle. Like, you all know what a landline is, of course, right?
There's a certain level of intuitiveness that kids are going to have difficulty getting.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, because I remember some of the kids, even some of the slightly older ones, say I'll call their parents and hand them over the phone so they can talk. It's a landline. A lot of them will hold the phone like they're FaceTiming the parent. I was like, they can't see you, so you gotta put it up here. You gotta say hello, they can't see you.
Oh.
I remember when you didn't even have cordless. You were mounted to the wall.
But, I mean, that's a good point. Let's say technology makes writing anything completely moot because there's no way to tell it was written by the person, and there's no time in a teacher's day to actually grade it. So let's say, okay, going forward, this whole practice is completely stupid because it's not benefiting anyone and doesn't prove anything. How should education change to adapt? Like, would it be more of a practical demonstration of knowledge? And how can they do that with the classroom sizes that they have? Because that's a lot of students in any given day to demonstrate a particular ability.
Depends on what it is. I mean, I'm going to look at, are you looking college level where they just take your money and really don't give a shit if you graduate? Or are you talking like...
Let's talk about like grade school.
So grade school, English regents typically have a day set aside, and it's a minimum 3 to 5 hour block of time where the kid's literally trapped in the classroom and nobody's allowed to talk and all this. If you were to sit the class down in that same time frame and give each student 10 to 15 minutes to basically present strictly to the teacher or to other students or demonstrate practical application of their subject, then the teacher would be able to ascertain whether or not the student has a working knowledge of it or not. If I attend, let's say, a lecture on the new Ozempic, which has no side effects but all of the benefits, and I can explain what it is, how it works, all that kind of crap, all the stuff that they would ask for you to put in a paper and then say, this is what it's used, these are the medications it can't be mixed with because XYZ, then I've sufficiently demonstrated what it is, how it works, how it can be abused, and probably they'd ask other questions that are necessary.
Okay, what grade school do you go to where they talk about Ozempic?
Well, I mean, probably high school, where they're talking about drugs that can kill people. I mean, you've got kids reading To Kill a Mockingbird, which if they take it seriously is something they need to pay attention to. And then you've got people writing reports on Anthony Comstock, which I never thought I would fucking need that knowledge, but here we are in fascist America.
But I feel like that would probably be an ideal situation, except for like two things. Is like, the reality that it's hard to set that much of time. So for each student, some of these classrooms that are like 30 students wide and big and stuff for like a student, even though they deserve that much attention, practicality is like, it's hard. But
well,
also,
what I was just laying out is that English regents take up that same time that we would dedicate to the practical. It's so many hour block, and then some of them are even 2 days long, where you're stuck doing the multiple choice one day and then the essay writing portion in the other. And it's like, we have all this time that we're dedicating to standardized testing, when if you just ask the kid to explain it, they can probably explain it and be done. Even then, you may not need to give them 10 minutes. They may be able to say, this was a doucher who caused a lot of women to use coat hangers to abort their pregnancies because he made contraception illegal. That's who Comstock was.
Okay, but I mean,
And it's
my...
I think one possible issue, not with that, but it's like there are some people who are better at conveying their ideas through writing than spoken word. So that's one nice thing about writing, at least. They can speak to it there.
That can be,
but can you educate my West Coast brain? What's like the English blocks you're talking about?
What do you mean English
Regents
block?
education is basically a standardized grouping of tests that are applied to a particular education level within the high school. You have your general diploma, your Regents diploma, and your honors diploma. And based on the subject matter that is taught between each of those levels, the associated testing says whether or not you have met the requirements to receive either the general diploma, the Regents diploma, or the honors diploma. If you're in the honors classes, you're tested at the honors level. If you're at the Regents, you get tested at the Regents level. And if you're a general diploma for people with learning disabilities or have attended 3 to 4 different high schools before I got to the one where they were doing Regents in it, between multiple different states, they just test you on the base knowledge of a general diploma.
I have to find my diploma.
I literally never heard of this. What the heck?
Okay, yeah,
It's
I'm in the same boat. I
very
have
limited
absolutely no idea what anyone is talking about right now.
So,
It's a local area thing.
Oh, maybe that's why.
When I was going through it, New York and California were the only states that recognized. Which is why I'm surprised. I know that this is news to you, but it's essentially these are your mid-years and your end-of-term tests. That's it.
Oh, that
It's just
okay. That
level.
makes sense.
But I
Okay,
mean,
that makes more sense.
my original question was like, if you're in high school, you're usually taking, I don't know, 8 subjects at a time, and each day they're in like hour-and-a-half blocks. And if there's 30 students in the classroom, then how many students can practically have airtime during an hour block, and be able to demonstrate out of the 30 people who are in the class? And if you only have that class twice a week or 3 times a week, then how does no one get left behind?
Because we're not talking an everyday situation. We're talking end of year and make testing times that specifically set aside.
I'm not talking about testing at all.
Oh, okay. Because I was, so I guess that's why.
Oh, okay.
Because like during the midterms and finals, usually at least in my region, like they'll have like a week of like set aside for finals, and they'll have like a finals midterms schedule, which totally changes like the schedule of the school for that time.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
It's the same thing. It's just they put a fancy title on it in New York State.
So you guys are just assuming that the way you identify that you've learned a subject is through a standardized test.
Which usually has an essay for it typed.
Oh, okay.
Depending on the subject.
See, from what I've learned of America, you guys have way more tests than we do. Like, way more tests.
There's reasons for that.
What was the big one? Like, I remember the AP test during that back in school, and they had like a multiple choice section and all that stuff, and then they also had essay portions. A lot of the tests for every subject.
Stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, they just gave it a fancy title.
Yeah,
So no, America's not there.
Because, I mean, we had, like, quizzes. But I think the only test we ever took in school that actually mattered was our grade 12 finals. Like, no other test throughout the year in any other class made any difference to your grade.
Really?
It was probably your school. Because my daughter just went through some of these a month ago. And she's like, the teacher's not even going to grade this one. What's up with this test? And I say, well, sweetie, the people who pay your school to make sure you show up want to make sure your teacher is telling you what she's supposed to. As long as you paid attention, you're going to be fine. And she was nervous about it because the school kept pressing. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. I'm like, yeah, the school wants to make sure they're teaching you the right thing.
So to get their funding.
Right. And I think that's the same stuff that you had to deal with a lot, Deb. They were just like, okay, we need to make sure you're being taught the right thing. This won't affect your grade. This is affecting the school.
No, like the only standardized test I ever took in school was, I think, 1 in grade 7. That was it. The other tests were only quizzes made by the teacher who taught the class.
Must be nice. We got them every year, and once you get to high school, you get them halfway through the year.
And the standardized test we had in grade 7 wasn't about knowledge. It was about, like, sexual health and drugs and that sort of stuff. Like, it...
That smells like government program right there.
Well, that's it, yeah. It's just to make sure that we're being taught the, like, general health and safety
Basic
stuff. Yeah.
So how did, like, during your actual course and stuff, what did they use to, like, test
Evaluate
knowledge?
your
Evaluate, yeah. What would they do? Because tests are, like, pretty standard here, so... Did you write papers? Was it more papers and tests? Or anything?
I mean, yeah, we did papers. A lot of it was, like... We would go around the classroom and the teacher would ask specific students questions, and you would either, like, put up your hand to answer, or a teacher would select a student if they hadn't heard from them in a while. There were things like weekly spelling tests and stuff like that, but yeah, there might have been a quiz, like a 5-minute quiz at the end of, like, a geography chapter or something to, like, put names on a map, but nothing that was ever serious or that we ever thought, hey, you know, my ranking in this class is at jeopardy.
Oh, that was all the time
changed
in
since you went.
America.
Huh?
What if schools changed in Canada since you went?
Maybe. I mean, that was a long time ago.
We don't have to say when.
It's fine.
Thank you.
Debbie and me are in the same age group, so totally different from America at that same time.
Yeah.
Look how
It makes me wonder. It reminds me that when I was looking up, you know, schools in other countries and stuff, I looked up, like, Japan and Korea and how it affects things. I know, like, Korea, they have the Susing, I think, the big test they take in, like, the last year, I think, and it determines, like, what college they get placed into. It's like, it's so big, like, they stop planes from flying overhead and everything. They stop traffic and everything, because it's like an all-day test, like 8-hour test or something, or 7 hours or something, and they get, like, 1 chance a year to do it. And then, like, I know, like, some countries, like, they will post rankings, like, where a class or student is, like, publicly, so you can see exactly where every student and their name, how they ranked. I don't know if that's still common, but I know that was definitely a pertinent thing, which I couldn't imagine ever.
Well, that's
doing that.
That's like I mean, you guys have your SATs, which is similar, I think. And we have our grade 12 provincials, which again are like similar.
That's a little fancy.
Because the grade 12 provincial exams, like, they tell you if you score well, like, your rank in the province. Like, I know I scored top of BC when I did my grade 12 English provincial. Because I got a 98% on it. So they are ranked, but...
I got a 97th percentile on the military entrance exam.
Nice. How has
I
that
could be
served
anything
you?
I wanted. I came back to the recruiters, and they were like, "You can do anything you want in the building." And I was like, "I'm gonna fix hospital equipment because fuck getting shot." I couldn't hack the military. I don't like it.
They had us take the ASVABs in our particular region, and I placed middle of the road. And when I reached old enough to actually try to enlist in military service, because I had messed up my knee and stuff and had some other underlying health conditions I didn't know about at the time, they outright turned me down. They're like, you're already broken. Nope,
Oh.
you can't go.
I got
I'm
to
like,
see an
okay,
AP
I'll
Cal.
go back to
Does that count?
volunteering.
You got to take AP Calc. I wasn't offered it.
What was that
Dude,
circle?
I just looked at calc and cried.
Oh.
They got a C in Advanced Placement Calculus.
Ah.
That's pretty damn good.
Oh shoot! Bro, I just noticed.
There was one class I wanted to take that was on the AP schedule, and because I didn't sign up for it, like the whole AP schedule years before, I didn't get to take a class called Theory of Knowledge. I would go back to high school to take that class.
You know, you could probably take something like that through Great Courses Plus.
I could. Maybe. I'd have to look it up, but it was a strictly AP thing you could take in your senior year if you had started taking AP classes in your second year, and then your third year, and then continued on into your fourth year. And I'm like, but I just want to take that class. And everyone's like, I mean, he's smart enough. He just doesn't care. Is what the other students told the teacher. It's like, he's smart enough to take this stuff. Like, he would do well here. He just doesn't care about anything. Like, you need 4 years of English. I had 4 years of English by the end of my third year. I had 5 years of math by the end of my third year. And I didn't care. I got bit with senioritis, and I didn't want to do anything. But I wanted that class. I can give it to ass.
Oh.
The school system has betrayed.
I always kind of
Our
low-key
school office.
wanted there to be, like, advanced placement courses, because I heard about them on, like, American TV, but we didn't have anything like that, so I kind of felt I didn't have an avenue to show how much better I was than other people. So
Lisa's
Here it is. It's all coming out.
I
Now we
felt,
That's the reason we take.
right? I felt like if we did have something like that, then I could be like, hey, I'm in a special class because I'm more intelligent.
Probably because superiority isn't something that people should be flouting against their peers. It's a toxic personality trait.
Uh,
I graduated. That was good enough for me. My cousin, who's a year younger than me, on the other hand, the girl is amazing. She's an amazing woman now. She has done amazing thesis as a professor in college and everything. She graduated with like 3 other people with 110% grade point average.
wait,
I'm happy I graduated.
how do you get 100 GPA? Isn't a GPA based on a 4-point scale?
Grade point
Yeah.
average. It's not college level, just like high school.
No, I know. In high
Grade
school,
average,
it was based on a 4-point scale. So the highest you could get was a 4.0.
For you guys, it was based on
Oh.
4 points.
Okay.
Over
Yeah.
here, they still did up to triple digit. Only
Yeah.
our unis
How about-
or college did up to 4.0, and even then, some of them didn't even do that.
Oh, I never heard of that either. So I'm like in the dark
She
on that
had
one.
taken so many like college classes, advanced placement and honors, that like her and several other people, they had like 110%.
Damn it, Debbie.
Also,
You took me to the final chamber. I can't, bitch.
This isn't mine.
Probably
Yeah.
made it.
But
also, they have,
I'm
they have that in
scared to
my
tank
thing.
this.
Why?
oh, you tanked. Don't die, Debbie.
Yeah,
Right?
I wasn't tanking this whole time.
Healer, keep her alive.
Yeah, working on it. I
I've
gotta
got
do
97
deep
seconds
stuff.
left on my hallowed ground.
You use that?
Apparently.
You mean apparently? Don't just hit that button on accident. You don't trust me. You don't trust me, Debbie. What are you worried about? I'm right here.
Tank buster. I don't know how to tank. I actually did hit a defensive though, so yay.
And you hit the
Well,
right
that's an
one at the
improvement.
right time. You did fine. If you're really worried, hit the blue one. You can take a lot more punishment than anybody else. Don't freak out.
I'm freaking out.
Freaking out, man. At least he doesn't go invisible. We don't have to chase him around the area.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are gonna want heals. This is garbage. Making me do my job.
I think he literally said that in the one episode.
Does sound like a Dale.
Right.
The Dale.
I think that was when he was not allowed to do pest control anymore because too many toxins had entered his system and it was killing him. So he had to go work in an office job.
Oh, yeah.
Then they had a buggy infestation. He literally started crawling around in like ductwork.
That's
I
Dale.
watched that show too many times.
That's Dale for you. So about this boss. He's still alive.
How many data you got?
Yeah.
I'm DPS as hard as I can.
More dots.
More
Just-
dots.
I only have one. Come on, more dots, more dots, more dots. Okay, stop dots. Yeah, Deb, I haven't even had to babysit you at all.
Aw, thanks.
No, I've had to treat you like Caillou. The undisciplined, the all. Yeah, the worst I've had to throw on you is a regen. You like playing games, huh, Debbie? We'll go find an edge of the arena if you want you want it.
Oops.
I had a rough day. You're blocking her health bar. She's just like, yeah, that's nice. I'm here, Daddy.
Aw.
Game is boring.
Woo! Congrats, guys.
Yay, we did it.
A gemstone.
I'll try for it. That 26 doesn't give me much hope, though.
Hey,
Congrats.
I won something.
You did it.
I did it. Hey, I did
Make sure-
tank, and I didn't
There you go.
die.
New video. You can show them how you awesomely punch through that hole instead. Just make sure you mention your amazing, immaculate healer.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to finally get to the end. I've got one more map open and we have like 15 minutes, so if I
Where
can
is it?
find it. It's in Cosma.
Excuse me. I had Five Guys fries. Oh man, they good.
I've never eaten at a Five Guys.
Burgers are... I mean, it's one of the better ones because you can look past the cashier and they have the grills and everything laid out. So you can see them make your food right away. And it's all fresh. It's pretty good. But their claim to fame, and rightly so, is their fries. They are so good. And when you order fries, they will give you the cup of fries and then they will throw extras in the bag. And when you order a large, they give you like 1/3 more than the cup. Or no, the cup and then half of a cup just gets thrown into the bag. Like there's 2 scoops goes into a cup. And you get 3 scoops total for a large. They're such good fries. So good. They're in peanut oil.
Yeah, same with McDonald's.
They do peanut oil?
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
at least here they do.
Oh, yeah. I don't talk about what it is like over here. I was hoping you'd be like, oh, they do it in pig fat, so you like automatically die when you eat those fries.
Ew.
But I bet they taste good. They used to render their fries in beef tallow, but I think only Buffalo Wild Wing does them. Because that's an expensive proposition. I'll tell you what. This is Kazuma.
Yeah.
I am bad at my zones. I failed geography. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, now it's like I don't care too much what the fries are made in. The question I have is it a independent fryer, or do they also fry gluten in it?
Oh no, their fryer only deals with fries. Like that's it. Like you look at their fryers, the only thing above it is back. They don't. The burgers and hot dogs are on separate tops. The buns.
But
actually
do they have chicken tenders?
They do? I should have looked. I don't know. I saw 2 fryers back there. One of them wasn't really in use, but the other one only had. They had like 8 baskets of fries waiting to get dropped in. So their fry prep guy was on point.
Because I mean, like, apparently, like, one of the only fast food places that has a dedicated fryer just for fries is McDonald's. I haven't eaten there in like 20-something years, but if I wanted to get fries, they would apparently be a good place for a celiac to go and get fries.
Check the ingredients in the fries, you might be surprised.
Apparently they're gluten-free, though. They may not be good for you, but...
They'll kill you, Debbie. We gotta make it to the end if we want this to last all the way to the end of stream.
Yeah.
Just letting you know that treasure coffer that's just sitting there.
Oh, okay. Portal!
Oh, look, portal! Hey, it worked! It worked!
Hey, let me in.
Let me in!
So you hit the right button, dumbass.
Herger. I believe in you, Tank Debbie.
Yay!
Now hold the mobs 60 yards that way.
I can do it! Yan can cook and so can you.
I can. I'm better at baking.
Really?
Yo,
I mean,
why did that sound horrible?
Because it's... I mean, baking requires very precisely following directions.
No, it doesn't.
Are you saying something about Phil?
I mean, obviously, she already said it. Evie, I gotta heal. There. Thank you. What? I will get you out in a little bit. I don't even think you have to go out. I think you're just needy. If you know, like, the first few things I made when I wasn't calling Mom for, what do I do about X? I tinkered with the recipe without making it a thing, which is a huge no-no.
Yeah.
But it came out perfectly fine.
So you're like a baking savant.
I don't know if I'd go as far as calling myself a savant. Maybe a gambler, I think is more adequate. Like, I've made my mom's pancake recipe and I've tasted it so many times. And when I made it, I confirmed the recipe with Mom, and there was a few things I didn't like, so fuck with a family recipe. Good thing she's never gonna watch this show. No, it's just like in the pancake recipe I use, there's like a tablespoon of sugar for the whole batter. And I'm like, nah, I like my pancakes to brown a little more evenly and at a little lower of a temperature. So I doubled that. And I don't much care for the amount of salt that's in it. So I tweaked that down a tiny bit, and then I tweaked down the amount of baking powder that's in it. But I made small fine-tuning adjustments. I can still make them. In fact, when my roommate lived, his at the time girlfriend said I made the best waffle. And I made waffles and pancakes at the same time. It's hard to do if you don't start one well before.
Disco? Disco. Oh, lamest map ever.
We're out of time, folks.
Did you say when your roommate lived?
Yes.
That's terrible.
He moved!
It made it sound like he died.
I don't think he did. I mean, he worked at a
No,
hospital.
now.
I'd be very surprised. He lived? That's terrible. No, people die every day.
Okay. Does anyone else have a map? I can grab a guaranteed 70, but if someone has one.
I don't have anything open. We shall do the most lucky and magical of fates. And you will get a green rock. Shiny green rock, right,
I
Evie?
doubt it. I mean, I'm thinking positively and all, but...
Well, Deb, somebody's got to win the lottery. Why can't it be you?
See, I'm saving my luck IRL to actually win the lottery.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Oh, I totally missed this. So did you get a green Jolly Rancher?
One. Yes. I have one.
She didn't
Wait.
know.
They
She
do
didn't even
exist.
know she got it. Hi. Hi. She didn't even see it.
I didn't
pop
even
into
see it happen, but it's right there. They do exist.
Calm down.
How disappointing. You didn't even like to see it.
Right?
You couldn't enjoy the moment.
So it was like a surprise at the end of stream. I went to go show off my empty inventory and there was one sitting there and I'm like, what? Okay, where is the up? Oh.
Weast. Up in
Weast.
I'm Adam Wee.
Man, I loved his performance in that. In Family Guy.
It's because he was done giving a shit. He was so funny. I'm just going to do what I think is funny. And they were like, he's Adam Wee. He can do whatever you want.
It's like freaking Patrick Stewart when he does stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Vincent Price. Mortal.
Imagine
his last
that.
performance. His last performance was the cameo in Edward Scissorhands, and he had already known he was going to pass away when he did that particular role.
Stance. You got synced down, so you lost.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I want to die.
Dun dun dun.
Think.
There's a fortuitous opener.
Oh.
Ew, I don't have glare anymore. I have stone. Ugh.
Oh my god, where'd all my abilities go?
They left you.
Bye, bye, bye.
You need to press a lot more Holy Spirit.
What does that do?
It's one of your attacking spells. It's the single target one. Alright,
I have some concerns.
Hey, leave the healer alone. Leave the healer alone. Hey.
I can piss him off again. Want to see me do it again? You hallowed ground.
I certainly did.
Fine, you're alive.
Ow!
Couldn't hallowed ground at the right time.
That was a fucking kidney punch. I need my kidneys.
Hit you with a kidney shot, a garrote, and an ambush.
And poked you in the eye just for good measure. How rude.
Ow! Stop doing that.
Run away from him.
It's always a good sign when the tank is running away.
Well, some mobs are proximity based, and if they're casting it and don't move, and you walk out of their range, they'll fire off the attack and you don't get hit. This is tanking 101, Debbie. You wrote a paper on this.
I did.
You don't even remember that you wrote a paper. That's why it's garbage.
Listen, like I said, I
good
always
God.
do my papers the night before they're due. I don't remember what's in there. God, I was fueled with energy drink and panic.
Panic?
ADHD at its finest.
You are plenty smart that you don't need to panic.
Okay, very highly motivated then.
Done.
Oh, you know how screwed up the American system, the education system is? I had to write a paper for gym class.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah. We are not
Is that so
okay.
you could get out of swim or something?
No. No, that would have required
That was an option for girls. If they needed to get out of swim, they were allowed to write a paper.
What?
What?
It was
Yeah.
for when you had your monthly exclusion.
You had to write a paper and... Like, I understand the sanitary reasons behind it, but at the same time, like, why make them write a paper? That doesn't teach them how to swim.
Oh no, it was on usually a random subject picked by the physical education teacher.
But they wouldn't read it again. They're not going to read it. Verse.
But I mean, we never had swim in school. None of our...
I had archery.
We did not have it in North Carolina as an option at all, but it was available in New York State.
I had
And it was
swimming.
usually in the cold season for us.
Yeah, same here.
It's like, okay, chance of getting pneumonia because your hair's still wet and everything else like that, especially at gym at the end of the day, versus North Carolina. You couldn't even cool down.
Wait,
The
you didn't have
buses weren't air conditioned or anything like that, and you didn't have swim.
You didn't have an indoor pool?
If there was, it was high school only, and literally you had to be on the swim team to do it.
That's wild.
Yeah, there was no swim in North Carolina. In the particular school system I was in.
Different parts of America are worse off.
Hmm.
Come on.
Pay
I'm right
attention.
here. Well, I want them to drop these things on me so that they don't go after you guys, because the AoEs are quite sizable. Do you need a regen, or are you going to be good for
I'm
the last
fine.
one? You got this.
I'm fine.
Easy peasy squeeziest of lemon.
Building is burning down around her. I'm fine.
Exactly. This is fine. Everything is fine.
So, wait a minute.
Mm.
I'm thinking back to people coming over from Europe to the Native Americans, handing them
Let's not get into this one.
handing them disease-ridden blankets, murdering most of the population in doing so. Unwittingly, but still doing it.
Oh no, it was on purpose.
That wouldn't shock me. This, if anyone who claims to be holy is anything but. What does the whole founding of Canada story go by, or go like?
Well, you see, we founded a ginormous company, the Hudson's Bay Company, that skinned and hunted, so we created a whole bunch of, like, skinners and hunters that went on adventures with Native Americans, and, discovered stuff. And, something sold blankets, and...
You did the blanket.
Yeah.
Okay, start picking up ads.
Okay. Can these guys actually be... Okay, they can. Where's the other one? Hey, buddy, come here.
I got some candy for you.
Ow, ow, ow. Popping my defensives.
I lost the gold whisker. There you are.
Oh, there's also gold whiskers.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe how busy I am.
Whoa, what the hell is going on here?
You're going to get whacked.
Clemency! Clemency!
You do realize my piss off meter goes up 1 notch every time you clemency yourself. It's like the thing you can do to piss off a healer who takes pride in their abilities.
Right. Oh, okay. Got some cooldowns up. Oh yeah, I'm totally popping hollowed ground.
You have 2 bots from a white mage. You're going to be alright.
I just didn't want to move out of those AoEs.
Oh. See, that's the most tank thing you've said all night. I don't want to move. Fuck.
I can't even target this thing. It's so tall. There we go.
I would say tank, but you can't tank. It's gonna buff it. Bring your margaritas.
Woo! Look at all these treasure chests.
Yeah, we got an Elder Summon. Look at all those clusters I'm capped on.
A plush pile. Cool.
That actually sells semi-decently. We'll throw our hat in the ring for that.
Ooh.
And this game hates me. Never mind.
Oh, jeez.
And your hallowed ground is cooling down while it does this garbage.
There you go. Hey, Fluffy Buns. You hear a small. I'm IRL a small.
Now we know. Friday, June 13th, 2025, Debbie became a real tank. I don't want to move out of this. I'm just going to enroll it.
Doesn't take long, does it?
Nope. You got complacent. You got bit by the tank bug. I don't want to do this mechanic. So I'm just not.
My small four-legged fuzzy is yelling at me to go to bed.
Aww.
Well, we're only 5 minutes over. Stop looking at me. I know I'm shirtless, but dang, have some decorum.
Oh, there is a small in the party. I think that's what they were referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small
Listen, I've been awake for too long. Oh wait, there's another ad.
too.
Ow!
There's
Hey.
2 ads.
Yeah, I know. I only saw one.
Are you...
Oh, stack! Oh no! It's all falling to pieces.
Why don't you toss some mitigations our way? Sorry, that's tanking 102, not 1.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
There's a button called intervention that works for other people.
Intervention. No.
It's not covered. I'm coming to you. You get another hot. I really should play Astra. Who are you protecting?
And then I pop a clemency just to make it all better. Yeah.
It doesn't make it all better. You're pretty much full health.
This is what happens when Debbie tanks.
Yeah.
Starting to regret. We could swap right now. We'll be locked out of everything for 30 seconds, but we could swap.
Final invocation.
Now that you said something. It's me playing the world's tiniest violin. That's what Debbie does when she invulns. And the boss is like, but my attack. And Debbie's like, world's smallest violin. I don't care. I'm calling timeout on damage against me.
Come on, choke. Choke.
For the third
Choke.
time?
Yes!
Wow.
Yes! I'm gonna call it.
It's because you're tanking.
Oh crap! What
Good
is this
fucking
thing?
job.
What is this
Great
thing?
fucking job.
What have I done?
I don't know, but it's called Alter a Panda. Oh, the thing that spit us out is named Assipoo.
Ooh, I haven't seen this one before.
I don't know.
Must be
Deadly
wrong.
Hold looks like it's gonna piss me off. Alright.
Debbie.
Uh-huh.
No, I was gonna say you're kind of dying.
Oh.
She's not. She's at full health.
It was close.
I know
What
what
the
I'm doing.
heck is that? Oh no! I don't
Yeah,
think
but
I've
the
ever
Debbie.
seen this guy before.
Ads.
Yeah.
I can't throw heals so they're gonna come to me.
I hit them all. They shouldn't come to you.
I think I like your personality.
La 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 la.
The 3.
Ow.
What the heck was that? Oh no, and now there's gold whiskers in him on Taga. Oh god, and now there are stabs? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
You doing okay over there?
Yes! Oh, the stabs are back. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Look, my clemency was free, okay? I didn't spend any MP on it. Oh my god.
I mean,
Oh
it's
my god,
still,
I got an achievement.
Congrats.
Ooh, a Time-Worn Thieves map. I think the rest of it is kind of garbage, but...
Stardust Cotton Cloth has use.
Congratulations, Oldera. Sorry?
Yeah, good job, Oldera. What'd they do?
Oh, they got the achievement too.
Oh, Alender, yeah. Congrats, you guys. The deepest end. Oh, you guys hadn't been down here before.
No.
They did keep saying they'd never seen it before.
I guess I didn't follow on that part.
Alright. It's up to you whether you want to do the Thieves map now or save it for next week.
Deb, you've been up since 3 a.m.
I know. I mean, we should probably
It's not
save
quite
it for
24
next
hours.
week. We'll probably have an extra person, but...
What do you mean we should probably?
Listen, if you're extremely tired, your judgment is impaired almost, if not more, badly than when you're intoxicated.
So do you want
I'm
to...
so tired, I'm starting to twitch. Let's go to bed.
I need to go take a deep dive into more Caillou lore.
Oh my word! I have broken Sergal, broken him.
Great job.
I'm off the deep end now.
Once you go down the Caillou rabbit hole, you are gone forever.
The Caillou.
What it does.
He's
I'm
enchanted
bald.
by baldness.
It has its own gravity.
So undisciplined.
Baldness costs to him.
So bald.
Yeah, for
So
sure. If we advertise we have a Thieves map, Zone will come. He's probably already, like, hearing these words and, like, is tuning in. Like, who said Thieves map?
He probably smelled it when it dropped. He's like, someone got it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me tonight. It is always a pleasure. Friday is my favorite day of the week.
Friday night lips.
Whee!
Oh, man. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Sergal. Thank you, Linda, fact checker. Thank you, Oldera. Thank you so much for being here.
And Catherine.
Glad to
Catherine.
be back.
Yeah, welcome back after your move.
Yes, it was a move.
Yes, that is what happened. Is someone shaking something?
No,
Oh.
should I be?
Okay, yeah, thank you, Rock. Thank you, Leilu. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. If you want to join me next week, the sign up is always in Discord on Friday. Join Discord. Sign up. Join us. Get wealthy. Yeah, other than that, take care. Love yourself as much as you love others, and we'll see you in game. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, don't let the shadow government kill.
Oh, God.